Hey guys, Dayne here. Welcome back to Catalyst Personal Training. It's winter time here in Australia, and I just wanted to tell you guys that you need to keep your training going even though it's winter and you might have the winter blues. One of the best ways to make sure you keep doing your training, especially your cardiovascular training, is doing your cardio training at home. So whether you go out and you buy a treadmill or a cross trainer, or like I've done, go on and bought a spin bike. It's a good idea to have these in the house during the winter period, because obviously a lot of the times we just don't want to go outside and we don't want to get wet, or it's too cold and miserable to drive to the gym and to train there. So get a piece of cardio gear at home, whether you go and buy one or whether you rent one for the 3 or 4 month period, it doesn't really matter. As long as you're getting that cardio in, that's the main thing, because we don't want to do the old thing like everybody does come January, have a bit of body fat on there and trying to lose the body fat really quickly for summer. It's easier to maintain body fat levels over winter and then add the muscle into the body when comes summertime. So hire or buy a piece of cardio equipment for your home. Make sure you use it. Don't let it become a clothes rack or just a piece of furniture in the house. Make sure that you actually use the equipment, guys, and that you do a combination of steady state cardiovascular training and high intensity interval training. So the steady state cardio training is basically just keeping your heart rate at around 135 beats per minute for a prolonged period of time, say 40 minutes and maybe even an hour, depending on your requirements, and then mixing in interval training. So interval training might be a 30-second sprint, really turn up the intensity on the bike or on the resistance on the treadmills, or on the cross trainers, and then really nailing high intensity speed for a good 30 to 40 seconds, bringing it back, resting for a minute, and then going again for another 30 to 40 seconds, doing that 5-6 times through, and then going back to your steady state cardio. So that's the way to, that's one way to do your cardio training, is to do a combination of steady state cardio and high intensity interval training. I personally find that the interval training really shocks the body into burning fat, and unless you're in a low blood sugar level state, with, like for example first waking up in the morning, unless you're in that state, steady state cardio takes a little bit longer to work. So if you've eaten meals all day and you're trying to do steady state cardio at night time, you're going to have a harder time trying to burn stored body fat, because you've got your blood sugar levels are elevated due to the fact that you've been eating food all day. So steady state cardio generally works predominantly for the people that are training first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, or at least 4 hours from your last meal. Okay, so otherwise you're just going to be burning stored sugar that's already in your bloodstream. So if you've already eaten meals, then do the combination of the steady state and the high intensity interval training if you're doing cardio at night. If you're first thing in the morning and it's a bit, you're a bit tired anyway, steady state's a really good idea, because it is hard to do the interval training first thing in the morning when you're still half asleep, especially when it's cold. So rent or buy a piece of cardio equipment, doesn't matter what it is. I've gone for the Schwinn. I find this bike is it's got no real moving parts besides the it works on, there's no what do you call them, clamps or anything like that, or to hold the wheel up. It works on a magnetic system, so it's really good. A lot of the real cheap flimsy ones do break quite easily. I've had a couple that have broken, so I just went for the quality, got the Schwinn, and it's worked really well so far. So don't get into the habit of hibernation and getting fat throughout winter, guys. Make sure you get out there, keep your cardio up, and go and get that piece of equipment. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.